This video is about our custom library option. So we already talked about lights in our last video and shadows, but now we have the other two buttons that you see in front of you, the custom button and the text button. The custom button is a great button because it allows you to upload your own custom graphics and kind of design things in the way you want them to if we don't have something that meets your needs. So for example, we've uploaded the logo here and we're able to select that button and then just click where we want it to appear, just like that. We can resize it, we can make it bigger, smaller, place it wherever we need to make it look the right way for us. So the great thing about that is now we have our logo right in the photo. We can really place it wherever we want to. Sometimes you're going to have a particular type of fixture or item that you really want to add in that we really don't have. So for example, you might have uh, let's say a path light that is a really bright copper, beautiful path light. We don't have that in the software, and it's something that you're going to need. You can always upload that item. So you can see all we did was we clicked that drag and drop upload, clicked it from our files and it added. You can also drag it in. One of the main things that you're going to make sure of is that it is a 500 by 500 graphic, and that it has no background to it. So, you don't want to have a white background, you want to have a transparent background. And there's a lot of softwares that can do that for you. Once you've uploaded, just select the item you want and insert it into the slot. So in this case, it's going to insert into slot 2. So now I can select that item, click, and it places. From there, I can just go ahead and resize it to whatever size I need it to be. I can still rotate it with this top button here, and then add it in where I need to. Then you might be asking, well, what about the light? Don't I need a light for this? Is there a way to add a light for a custom item that I might have? Yes, you can definitely do that by using one of our other lights. So for example, you can use one of the other path lights that maybe you really just don't sell and go ahead and add it in. So we're going to go ahead and add that in really quickly. We are going to adjust it down to the same size as our graphic, or at least close to the same size. Shorten our beam length, lower down that intensity. It's very intense right now. And then when you hide that fixture, you can just place the light then right underneath where you need it. So now we have that path light with that custom item. In our estimate, you're still going to see the path light listed, so you can always pick one of the path lights you're never going, or you don't sell or don't plan to use, and use that in place of the item that you do sell. So really easy, quick to do. Your custom graphics are always going to appear on top, and the lights are going to appear on, kind of behind them, which makes things just a little bit easier to place things just where you want them and make it look the right way. Let's look at a few other types of graphics that you might end up wanting to use at some point. So while we do have a really extensive shadow library, sometimes we're not going to have the exact shadow that you need. If we don't have the exact shadow that you need, you can always upload a graphic to create your own shadow. So in this particular photo, we had a graphic of a bush and planter. It's not something we had in our system already. And keep in mind, we will be adding more and more to our system. But for right now, we did not have this particular shape that I needed for these planters right here. So what we were able to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this and show you a really cool technique, is we placed our uplight kind of pointing up at the plant. I'm going to go ahead and increase that beam length just like that. And then we added in that custom shadow to fit the shape and placed it right in front of the real item. And what that did is it created a backlight effect. which I think is just so cool. And so now you have like this nice glow around. It has the look or feel as if it's being backlit instead. You can always increase the beam length. We'll shorten up the width, increase the intensity, and now you have something that's really bright right behind it. Kind of gives it that glowy look going all the way around. And at the same time, that shadow is casting right over. So in a future video under special techniques, tips, and tricks, we'll show you how to create your own custom shadows should you need to do that. But that is how our custom button works.